Hey everybody, welcome back to microbeerreviews.com. Tonight from Dogfish Brewery, we have their 90-minute Imperial IPA. This beer comes in a six-pack. It's usually about $14, $15 for the six-pack. It's got a really cool label on it with some nice green hops on the right-hand side of the label. Their traditional fish, dog fish emblem at the top. This one is pretty unique. So it's 9% ABVs, 90 IBUs. It's released year-round now. It was originally released back in 2001. It's now 2018. So a beer that's lasted 17 years, still being sold successfully. There's got to be something good to it. The cool thing about this beer, I think, is a little bit of the history. I'll give you a very brief synopsis of it. It says, what you have here is the only Imperial IPA that was inspired by a bowl of soup and a thrift store football game. That's a tongue twister. It said back in the 90s, Sam was struck by a cooking show demo which showed how to season soup through a process of continued peppering. Once stewed and simmered, the chef added more pepper, small but consistent doses to intense this savory flavor. It worked in soup, so why not beer? Inspired by this, the idea of continuous dosing of hops was hence born at Dogfish Brewery. So this one has, again, a heavy piney citrus aroma backbone to it with some malts. It says it's Esquire magazine called it perhaps the best IPA in America. What else can I tell you? That's about it. So let's get it into the glass. Oh, I did want to tell you while I'm pouring it, it says throughout the boil without making 90-minute hops have a crushingly bitter flavor. We use a strong hops to intensify the citrus flavor and malt backbone. So again, this is what an Imperial should look like. It's a little bit of orangey, it's perfectly filtered, nice white frothy foam on the head, a little bit of color in it, laces the glass a little bit, but you can tell it's got some density to it. Smells a lot like, it's an interesting aroma. There's a lot of pininess to it. There's a lot of a little bit of caramel background with the malt flavor. I would call this, they don't tell you, but I smell a little bit of Mosaic hops, Centennial, maybe Cascade, Simcoe. It's got a little bit of herbalness to it, but it definitely has a pounding, very complex hop aroma to it, and it should. It's an Imperial IPA. There's a little bit of booziness in the aroma, and there's some fruitiness to it, but it's very minimal. Maybe some grapefruit in there, maybe even a little bit of lemon, but it's very, very hidden. It is a very potent, everyone loves the word dank, multi-hopped Imperial IPA. So, as we always say, cheers, let's get into the glass. Whew, that's tasty. Medium body, it's got a nice mouthfeel to it, a little bit of stickiness to it. Definitely hits you really hard right up front with the pininess, the hops. Very little citrus flavor, at least on the front end. Again, maybe some subtle grapefruit, orange, lemon, but it's just kind of muddled by this powerful bang of hop complexity. The mouthfeel sticks throughout from front to back, which is, I think, rare in a lot of the IPAs these days. A lot of them are very one-sided. This one is very complex. It's got a very nice front to back to it. That's good. I mean, that's a very, very good Imperial IPA. You can tell it's 9%. There's a tad bit of booziness to it. There's definitely a viscosity to it that has a very high ABV to it. It should. It's 9%. It coats your mouth. This is one of those where if you drink one of these the next morning, you're going to kind of smell it on you just because of the effervescence coming through your skin and your palate with the very strong and well balanced done hop flavor. So we rated it between 1 and 5. I would give this at least a 4. This is one of the better Dogfish beers I've had in my recent past, I've reviewed a bunch of their beers over the years. I think they brew quality, especially for the price point. I would buy this one again. I'm a definite hop fan, but I'm also very critical. I think this is very well done. This is fresh. You can tell they've made a little adjustments to it, and I think, hence on the website you can tell that. So I would definitely buy this one again. It's a thumbs up for me. If you tried it, let us know. Leave comments on our YouTube channel or our website, microbeerreviews.com. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And as always, we'll see you again real soon. Cheers.